Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, my dear students. Welcome to our new lesson of Mega Goal 4. Today, inshallah, we are take a new lesson on your student book, pages 96 to 200. We are going to take the pages from 96 to 100. So, my dear students, I want you to pay attention to know all the information I am going to explain or the exercises I'm going to show you their answers. Okay, okay, let's go there. At first, I want you to open on page 96. As you see here on this page, he wants us to find the phrasal verbs in the statement, the sentences, decide if they are used correctly, if not, rewrite the sentence. So, my dear students, I will show you the answers and I want you to pay attention and write the answers on your student book on these pages, okay? Let's start. As you see, number 2 is false and number 3. So, the right answer is this cake is delectable. Thanks for whipping it up. As you see here, he say or put the phrasal verb here, whipping up it. That's wrong because we have put the object between whipping and the preposition. Okay. Now, if we look at number 3, uh, he rewrites it and says just the aroma of breakfast is enough to not wake up me. So it's false to say wake up me. The right answer is wake me up. Okay, let's complete this exercise. If we look carefully here at number 6, we found it false because the right answer is the vendor ran out of nachos halfway through halfway through the baseball game. Okay, he uh, says ran nachos out of. The right answer is ran out of. Okay, number 7, the right answer, I substitute honey for sugar in my tea. I can tell them apart. That's wrong to say tell them apart. The right answer is to say tell them apart. And the number 9 is false. The right answer is we ran into our professor at a library or the library, not not ran not ran our professor into. The right answer is run into our professor. Okay, now let's go to another exercise on the same page, page 96. Here, my dear students, he wants you to rewrite each sentence using the passive with a reporting verb. Okay, so I will show you the answers and I want you to write them on your uh, student book on this exercise. As you see, he gave us an example. Scientists say that Alzheimer's disease is an inherited disease? The right answer is, or the answer is, Alzheimer disease is said to be an inherited condition. He changed all these sentences from active into passive with a reporting verb. Okay, now let's go to exercise C on page 97. He wants to rewrite each active sentences as a passive sentence. Okay, as I told you before, we should, or we have to start with the object if we want to change the sentence from active into passive, then the verb and past participle, verb to be and past participle. If we look carefully here, we can find he changed all these sentences from active into passive, starting with the object and the verb and the subject. As you see here, many illnesses can be. I told you before, after all modal verbs, we use be and past participle. So the answer is many illnesses can be prevented and complete the sentence with a healthy diet. Here we can't or we may not write the subject you, we can complete the sentence only, okay? Okay, now let's go to another exercise on the same page, page 97. It's exercise D. He wants us to look at pictures and write a past hypothetical sentence about each. Okay, okay. Now I will show you the answers and I want to write them on your student book. Okay, now let's go to page 98. Let's go to page 98. On page 98, it's a lesson about reading. Okay, he asks us, do you think it's possible to move objects with your mind? How do you think technology could help make this possible? Now, my dear students, I want you to listen carefully to this audio script about this topic. Okay, I want you to pay attention and follow on your student book. And after finishing, I will ask you some questions about this topic. Okay, okay. Are you ready? Good. Let's start.
Mind over matter. Imagine yourself sitting on the couch, exhausted after a long day, wishing you had the TV remote control. Wouldn't it be great if, instead of getting up to pick it up from the coffee table, you could use your mind to turn the TV on and flip through the channels? This idea may sound like science fiction, but it may not be as far-fetched as it sounds. The ability to move objects with the mind is known as telekinesis. It has long been speculated that people use only a small portion of their brains. It is said that if we used the full potential of our brain, we would discover that it has amazing abilities, including the ability to move objects without touching them. One person famous for her alleged ability to use her brain this way was Nina Kulagina. Kulagina, a Russian housewife born in 1927, caused a sensation in the 1960s and 70s with her alleged mental powers. Kulagina demonstrated her ability in a number of experiments, many of which were filmed. In one experiment, she separated the yolk and the white of an egg dropped into a tank of water. In her most incredible experiment, Kulagina used her mind to slow a frog's heartbeat until it stopped completely. Many in the scientific community are skeptical about whether Kulagina's powers were real or just a trick. However, many of these same people believe it is entirely possible for the brain to move an object with the help of technology. For decades, scientists have been working on finding a way to make it possible for disabled people who do not have use of their hands to control devices with the brain. Recently, great progress has been made in this effort. In 2004, a paralyzed 25-year-old man named Matthew Nagel became the first person to benefit from such technology. Nagel had a chip that could read his mind implanted in his brain. Wires connected to both the chip and a computer fed the information from the chip into the computer. The computer analyzed this information and converted it into computer commands. The computer then sent these commands to various devices in Nagel's home. As a result, Nagel was able to do things like turn the lights in his home on and off, and open email just by thinking about doing these things. The hope is that one day this technology will make it possible for people like Nagel to regain the use of their arms and legs. Recent research has focused on making this technology simpler by replacing the computer chip with a cap. Brain waves can be picked up by the cap and sent to a computer, which then carries out the commands. The advantage of this approach is that the cap is wireless and does not require surgery. However, further research is needed to make this wireless technology as effective as the brain chip. While this technology has the possibility of dramatically improving the lives of disabled people, there are also many less dramatic commercial uses for it. For example, one company is developing a remote control that can be controlled with thoughts. So the next time you are feeling too lazy to get off the couch to get the remote control, take heart. Soon, you may indeed be able to stay on the couch and turn on your TV without lifting a finger.
طيب, okay. Now, my dear students, I want you to answer with me these questions as you see from number 1 to number 7. It's about some vocab. I want you to participate me to give me the answers, okay? I want a student at first to read number 1 and give me the right word to complete it. الشباب اللي موجودين معانا والناس اللي هي مستعدة للمشاركة. عمر محمد. عمر أو يزيد ضيف الله. يزيد. يزيد ضيف الله.
نعم صح.
Yazid, I want you to read number 1 and choose the right word to complete it.
Okay, so someone who can't move his or her body is paralyzed.
Excellent. ممتاز. What does it mean paralyzed?
مشلول.
Excellent. ممتاز. برافو عليك. برافو يا يزيد. برافو. طيب number 2 يا يزيد.
Number 2.
Yes.
Something that creates a lot of excitement can be called. عارف نستخدم ايش معنى excitement.
Excitement يعني إثارة. Excitement يعني
إثارة.
إثارة إثارة. excitement يا يزيد معناها إثارة.
convert.
What? Converted?
Yeah, converted.
That's wrong. That's wrong. Converted, that's wrong. وبقول لك something that creates a lot of excitement can be called a
شيء مثيرة.
يعني شيء بيعمل إثارة أو يعني حاجة بتخلق عندك نوع من الإثارة، ده اسمه إيه؟ ده بنسميه إيه؟
skeptical.
لا، هتبقى the right answer is sensation اللي هي الإحساس. sensation معناها الإحساس. طيب thanks for you يزيد. Thanks a lot. Thanks for you يزيد. طيب now I want another student to give me the answer for number 3. number 3. لسه عمر مش معانا. عمر. طيب إذا ليث موجود، إذا يوسف فاضل موجود، إذا أحمد ياسين موجود، الناس الشباب اللي هي بتشارك معانا دايما، أو اللي أي طالب محتاج المشاركة يرفع يده. ناخد بس المثال ده وبعدين هعرض لكم باقي الأجوبة. طيب okay. Now my dear students, I will show you the answers from number 3 to number 7 and I want you to write them on your student book because we don't have time. طبعا مع احنا ننتظر الشباب يعني قبل ما تفكر وتبدا تشارك هيكون الوقت انتهى، وقت الحصه قليل، يعني مش محتاج ان احنا نضيع وقت يعني. As you see, they are the answers for all these questions. I want you to know the meaning of these words and I want you to know how to use them in sentences because they are very important, okay? Okay, now let's go to another exercise. Let's go to exercise B on the same page. They are some questions about the reading text. I will show you the answers, and I want you to write them on your student book. Because we have to go to another page. It's the last page. It's page number 100. I want you to write these answers because we have to go to page number 100 to answer the questions there. And it's the last part of our lesson of today. Okay, let's go there. As you see here, he wants us to complete each sentence with one of the idioms shown. Use the correct tense and pronouns, then use each idiom in a sentence of your own. Now, my dear students, I will show you the answers and I want you to study them carefully because they are very important. And it's the last part of our lesson of today. طبعا وبكده نكون انتهينا من كل شيء موجود عندنا بكتاب الطالب والحمد لله. طبعا يعني للتذكير مرة أخرى قبل ما نقفل الحصة إن شاء الله، يعني أحب يعني أنبه الجميع إن الاختبارات طبعا هتكون على المنصة، يعني من خلال الجدول المرسل إليكم. يعني هيكون من واقع الجدول تشوف حصة يعني تشوف اختبار الإنجليزي هيكون يوم إيه والساعة كام، هتلاقي الاختبار موجود على المنصة. طبعا يعني في ملفات مراجعة تم إرسالها لجميع الطلاب وموجودة على المنصة للمذاكرة، الناس اللي عاوزة تذاكر وتركز وتراجع. وأيضا يعني بالنسبة للاختبار، الاختبار هيكون اختيار من متعدد، اختبار اختياري من متعدد، كله اختياري. يعني كل الاختبار هيكون اختياري. بتركز، وعند ما بتبدأ الاختبار طبعا الكلام ده احنا عارفينه لان احنا اختبرنا قبل كده. عند ما بنبدأ الاختبار بتحسب لينا المدة الزمنية اللي هي 60 دقيقة او المدة المحددة للاختبار. عند ما بدأ الاختبار بيبدأ يعد معاك المدة، يعني مجرد ما تدخل تبدأ حل عشان ما يروحش عليك الوقت وتنتهي عليك المدة بدون ما تسلم الاختبار او الحل. وطبعا زي ما قلت لكم يعني الامور سهله وبسيطه، بس الناس تذاكر وتستعد. الامور ان شاء الله طيبه وبسيطه، ويا ريت كلنا نلتزم بمواعيد الاختبار على اساس ان انت لا تحتسب غائب في يوم الاختبار. يعني لو ما دخلتش في الوقت المحدد هتحتسب ان انت غائب هيروح عليك الاختبار. فيا ريت الكلام ده الجميع يعرفه، ويا ريت الناس اللي مش موجوده معانا في الحصه اليوم يعني تبلغوهم وتعرفوهم الكلام ده، لان الكلام ده مهم جدا ومطلوب ان احنا نعرفه كلنا، على اساس ان احنا نيجي في يوم الاختبار الاسبوع القادم ان شاء الله يعني لا يواجهنا شيء او لا نفاجأ بان طالب ما دخلش او الكلام ده كله. احنا عندنا وقت الاختبار نلتزم بيه، لان ده اختبار، ما هوش حصه. يعني أنا شايف في الحصص يعني العدد طبعا بدأ يقل وبدأ الحضور يقل. ده ما ينفعش في وقت الاختبار. احنا عندنا الاختبار لازم كلنا نكون متواجدين بالطالب، ما فيش طالب يكون ما دخلش في وقت الاختبار، لأن زي ما قلت لكم يعني ستحتسب غائب إذا لم تدخل الاختبار في الموعد المحدد. خلاص يا شباب؟ طيب نشوف كده أسامة.